Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. About a month ago, I picked up my Sionics MCTR-H 556 suppressor. During the last month, I have had a couple of sessions with it, several hundred rounds, but all of that has been shot indoors. Yesterday, I met my son, which is also my training partner, for a pistol training session. And at the end of the session, I went ahead and took that time to film a comparison video. It's just a sound comparison of the Sionics MCTR-H 556 suppressor and the HuxWrx 556K. Okay. In the future, I have a more extensive comparison video coming out. And these will be included in that as well. I think it's like 14 different 556 suppressors. And we're going to compare back pressure, flash, and sound on those. And that's I'm in the process of getting that together now. So we'll definitely go deeper in the weeds on all that information in that video. Before we get started though, talking about flash, something I have noticed with the Sionics, the first shots through it was 2 sets of predicted doubles, so it was 18 rounds. Or I'm sorry, I can't do simple math. It was 16 rounds, 8 and 8. And I noticed a lot of flash. And when talking about what kind of flash, it's like 6 to 8 inches off the front of the suppressor, and it would be like a fireball. After those first 16 rounds, it got a lot better. Also, that was on a 12.5-inch barreled upper. It got a lot, and after the 16 rounds, it got a lot better. But still, every once in a while, whether it be the first round or one somewhere in the middle, of whatever, however many rounds you were firing at the time, every once in a while you would see that fireball. Now shooting it on the 14.8 inch, it is a lot rare, but again, every once in a while it happens. You'll even notice like in the footage that I have, if you'll pay attention, when I shoot the 6-round interval at the end, it's like the second or third round, you will see the type of fireball I'm talking about. You zoom in on it, you can see it's like 6 to 8 inches off the front of the suppressor, and then you have just like a little fireball. Okay, I just wanted to make to mention that, and it's definitely something we'll be paying attention to. Not a big deal to me, but just want to pass on any information that I have. Okay, now getting into why I picked the HuxWrx for this comparison. The first reason is they're both very similar in a lot of ways. First thing, they're both 3D printed low back pressure, high flow options. Although they are made out of 2 different materials. The Sionics is printed out of a 7/18 Inconel, whereas the HuxWrx is a 17/4 stainless. Also, far as the measurements, they're very similar. The HuxWrx is 5.5 inches, whereas the Sionics is 6 inches, so there's only a ½ inch difference. They're both 1.6 inches in diameter, and they both have a high temp. These are full auto rated. The HuxWrx has no barrel length restrictions, although the Sionics does have a barrel length restriction of anything under 10.3 inches. As far as weight, they're also very similar. The way the Sionics is configured, the hub version with the direct thread hub adapter installed on my scales is 11 3/4. The HuxWrx is 11 7/8. So again, very similar in weight. As far as the rifles used in the test, very similar barrel lengths. One is the one used on the HuxWrx is a 14.5-inch mid-length gas ballistic advantage Hansen barreled upper, and the Sionics is mounted to a 14.8-inch mid-length gas Sionics barreled upper. Just so there's no confusion, the rifle on top of the barrel is for the HuxWrx, and the one in the tripod is for the Sionics. Also, for the for the testing procedure, we listened from a couple of different positions. We actually set the bay I had only had 30 yards, so I set a target up 30 yards, and we listened from 30 yards downrange of the muzzle. We listened from about 10 to 12 feet on the right side of the gun in line with the muzzle. And we got the perspective as when we finished, we had a conversation and we both agreed. When you're standing down 30 yards downrange from the muzzle, that the Sionics definitely did sound better. Then moving to the right side of the rifle, 10 to 12 feet over, it was clear that the HuxWrx sounded better. The best way I can explain it is the sounds were very similar, but the Sionics had a little bit more of a pop on it. Then moving into the perspective as the shooter, again, they were very similar. It wasn't as noticeable as the shooter, but you could still, on the Sionics, you still heard, just a little bit more of a pop on it. So again, that's the best way I can explain it to you guys. If you have any questions, hit me up. Before we go though, put my safety brief in there for the day. Guys, be sure you're wearing your eyes and ears. You got to protect your vision. You got to protect your hearing. Silencers are not like, Hollywood quiet, right? When you're shooting a 5.56 and you're shooting it suppressed, even just because I wasn't getting, a piercing effect in my ear, I was still getting hearing damage. So understand that. Just because you're shooting suppressed, man, put some ears on and put some eyes on. Enough said about that. All right. Again, if you have anything, reach out to me in the comment section. Any questions, anything I did not touch. And before we go, remember this. Love thy neighbor, but keep your guns oiled. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the channel. Today, I'm going to knock out a real quick comparison of the HuxWrx 5.56K compared to the Sionics MCTR-H 5.56 suppressor.